Hello, my name is Julianne Stanz, and it's a joy and an honour to be with you for this part 2 of our 3-part series on evangelizing, catechesis, and fruitful discipleship. In part 1, we looked at evangelizing catechesis, and we took a few moments to define our terms so that we had some clarity around where we're going. In part 2 today, we're going to look at evangelizing catechesis and the specific work of the kerygma in the process of evangelization, and how we might, as faith formation directors, bring that process into our own ministries. So first of all, I want to thank you for being with me today and just invite you to enter into this conversation, asking yourself what you can do to revisit how you look at faith formation in the light of the topic of evangelizing catechesis. I want to talk to you a little bit about something that comes up a lot. Many catechists and catechetical leaders will refer to religion as a subject, much in the way that we talk about geography or math. Here's what I want you to hear. Religion is not just a subject to be taught, but it's a mystery and it's a relationship that we're inviting people into. So how we invite people into that mystery and how we invite people into personal relationship with Jesus Christ is incredibly important. So today we're going to talk about 3 aspects of intimacy with Jesus Christ in our catechetical work. And that's intimacy with Jesus, intimacy with the church, and intimacy with his word. And the term kerygma has been used many times recently in a lot of national work around catechesis and evangelization. But I want to step back a little bit with you and really look at what that means, particularly for those 3 aspects: intimacy with Jesus, intimacy with the church, and intimacy with his word. So let's explore these points. In the last video, we did share that beautiful quote from St. John Paul II that the definitive aim of catechesis is to promote intimacy with Jesus Christ. And the entire aim of that intimacy can be found in this work of unpacking the kerygma. So let's talk about what the kerygma is. The kerygma is a Greek word meaning to proclaim or herald. And what we're proclaiming and herald is not just the message of Jesus, but also him in his person. The message and the messenger must come together in our work. The kerygma informs the central mission and identity of the church and the identity of every baptized Christian. The most basic form of the kerygma contains 5 elements. These elements are creation, followed by the fall, salvation, redemption, and recreation. More simply, this can be stated by a focus on the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ, what we call the Paschal Mystery. The Acts of the Apostles is littered with kerygmatic testimonies from the apostles, including this passage from Acts 2, verses 22 to 24, that I want to share with you now. You listen to what I have to say. Jesus of Nazareth, a man attested to you by God with deeds of power, wonders, and signs that God did through him among you. As you yourself know, this man handed over to you according to the definite plan and foreknowledge of God. You crucified and killed by the hands of those outside the law. But God raised him up, having freed him from death, because it was impossible for him to be held in its power. Pope Francis has spoken many times to us of the indisputable role of the kerygma in the catechetical process. And he shares this quote with us from Evangelii Gaudium, number 164. In Catechesis 2, we have rediscovered the fundamental role of the first announcement or kerygma, which needs to be at the center of evangelizing activity and all efforts at church renewal. The kerygma is Trinitarian. On the lips of the catechist, the first proclamation must ring out over and over. Jesus Christ loves you, he gave his life to save you, and now he is living at your side every day to strengthen, enlighten, and free you. It's difficult for catechists to proclaim the kerygma if they cannot identify that movement in their own lives. So one practical tip I have with you is to encourage your ministers to be able to identify their story of faith and where those kerygmatic elements are, and to be able to identify them and speak about and witness to them in their classrooms, in their homes, and in their communities. That's how we give witness to what Christ is doing in our lives and how the church supports us in that witness. In the third video, we're going to look at fruitful discipleship and what that might mean for us all. Thank you.